Hello everyone, welcome to this week's dance class. Today we're looking at The Gruffalo's Child by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Axel Scheffler. So the first in this series is called The Gruffalo, and I don't know if you've read that, but don't worry if you haven't. But I thought today we could do The Gruffalo's Child because it's got some really lovely words of how the animals move in the story, and there's such funny characters, and I thought we could look at those today and read a bit of the story as well and get ourselves creating dances about this book. So let's get going. Should we do a warm-up first of all? What we're going to do is do our musical statues warm-up, but when we freeze, I'm going to say words that relate to the story, and you've got to show me those words in a frozen shape, so you've got to be as still as you can. So I'm going to start the music. We can have a little jump around, and then when I say freeze, okay, well, the music stops, I'm going to call out a word and you're going to show me that position. Okay, here we go. Ready? Let's have a little warm up. Jump around. Here we go. Good. So have a nice little jump around, little stretch. Good. You can reach your arms up. You can reach them to the side, whatever you like. Here we go. Freeze. Right, woods. Can you show me some woods? Anything you like. If you're with someone else, maybe you could be trees next to each other, or you could just be a big, spiky, twisty tree on your own. Good. Hold that. Freeze. Beautiful. And keep going. Show me tusks. Okay, like here on the Gruffalo, can you see he's got tusks? So can you show me his tusks any way you like? I think I'm going to be one big tusk here. Good. You could have smaller ones, just with your face. Good. Hold, hold. Well done. Beautiful tusks. Oh, here we go. Keep jumping around, get your heart rate going. Good. Okay, ready for the next one. Here we go. And underground house. Ooh. Can you show me an underground house? Are you hiding underground? And one of the animals lives in an underground house. So show me that one. If you're with someone else, you could do a good underground house together. Maybe someone could hide underneath you. Okay, hold that position. Good. Can you show me scrambled snake? Ooh, scrambled snake. We like this one. This is a good twisty one, I think. How scrambled can you be? Good. Super, super twisty. Well done. Okay, untwist yourself. Good. Well done. So we have a bit of a warm-up there. The next warm-up we're going to do is we're going to split the room into different parts. So when I say mouse, you are going to run to the front of your room. Hello. So come quite close to your telly or your screen, whatever you're watching this on. Mouse. Okay, good. And then come back to the middle. When I say snake, you've got to run to the side of your room here. Now my room isn't very big. Hopefully you've got a bit more space, but just touch something on the side. Good, so we have mouse, snake this side. If I say fox, you have to run back, okay, to the back of your room. So far away from your screen, good. Mouse, snake, fox, okay, owl. You have to run to the other side of the room, okay? So owl is here, and if I say Gruffalo, you have to come and you have to make a big shape in the middle of the space. Okay, so we have mouse, snake, fox, owl, Gruffalo. Okay, whatever you like, that shape in the middle. Good. But I'm going to mix it up. So you ready? You listening? We're going to start with a fox. So run to the back of your room. Good, let's go. Mouse. Right to the front. Good. Fox. Back to the back of your room. Good. Let's have snake. Good. To the side. Gruffalo. Anything you like, just a big solid shape in the middle of your room. Good. Owl. To the side. Well done. And owl. Did you move? Good. And fox. Well done, to the back of your room. And mouse. Right to the front. Good. And let's go owl again. To the side. And snake. To the other side. Good. And let's have one more Gruffalo. I'm going to do a really big one this time. Gruffalo growl. Nice. Well done. Okay, so I want you to read you a little bit of this book. So do you want to sit down wherever you are? You can sit on the floor, you can sit in a chair, on your sofa, wherever you are, and we'll have a little look at this story. So, the Gruffalo said that no Gruffalo should ever set foot in the deep dark wood. Why not? Why not? Because if you do, the big bad mouse will be after you. I met him once, said the Gruffalo. I met him a long, long time ago. What does he look like? Tell us, Dad. Is he terribly big and terribly bad? I can't quite remember, the Gruffalo said. He thought for a minute and scratched his head. The big bad mouse is terribly strong, and his scaly tail is terribly long. His eyes are like pools of terrible fire, and his terrible whiskers are tougher than wire. One snowy night, while the Gruffalo snored, the Gruffalo's child was feeling bored. The Gruffalo's child was feeling brave. She tiptoed out of the Gruffalo's cave. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. Into the wood went the Gruffalo's child. Aha, aho, a trail in the snow. Whose is this trail and where does it go? A tail poked out of a log pile house. Could this be the tail of the big bad mouse? Can you see that trail? And that's the tail. Out slid the creature. His eyes were small. He didn't have whiskers, no, none at all. You're not the mouse. Not I, said the snake. He's down by the lake eating Gruffalo cake. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. So, we're going to put the book down for a second and look at the snake. So out slid the creature. His eyes were small. He didn't have whiskers, no, none at all. So, I think if you stand up, we can easily do a lovely slidey, snaky kind of move, can't we? So I like the idea of making a small shape, and can you show me something poking out of a log pile house? So I'm the log pile house, and I think what we're going to do is my tail or something is going to poke out of here, but I'm going to look away because we don't want to show what it is. It could be anything. It could be a tail of the big bad mouse. So show me something, your tail poking out of your log pile house. Good. Now from here, what we're going to do is slide out. So our tail's poking out. We're going to lean on there and do a slide. We're going to outslid the creature. So we're going to slide out, and his eyes were very small. So we're going to do a slidey, making our eyes small shape. Good, looking around. That's not very mousy, is it? It's definitely a snake. So, let's do our tail poking out of a log pile house. We're going to do a slide, and then we're going to do looking around with our small eyes. Good, so that's our snake movement. Will you remember that one? Good. So, she carried on through the wood. Aha, aho, marks in the snow. Whose are these claw marks and where do they go? Two eyes gleamed out of a treetop house. Could these be the eyes of the big bad mouse? Down flew the creature. His tail was short. He didn't have whiskers of any sort. You're not the mouse. Too-hoo, not I. But he's somewhere nearby eating Gruffalo pie. The snow fell fast and the wind blew wild. I'm not scared, said the Gruffalo's child. So who's this? This is the owl, isn't he? So down flew the creature. His tail was short. He didn't have whiskers of any sort. So he's not the big bad mouse. So I thought, come back into the space. We're going to be up and down today. I like the idea of starting very high and we're going to fly down like that owl. So we're going to go from really up high shape. I'm going to drop down to the floor quite quickly and you're going to drop down and I want you to show me a sort of short stubby shape. And the tail isn't long and scaly, it's very short and feathery like an owl. So we're going to start from high in our treetop house. I'm going to drop down and show me a shape. And they're quite fast owls, so we're going to go quite fast to the floor. Good. So from here, we're also going to show that we've got no whiskers. So we're going to go, there's nothing here. So we're going to go no whiskers. So from up high, we're going to go down, show your tail, and no whiskers. Good. Okay, let's keep reading. So we've had the snake and the owl. Who is next? Right. Aha, aho, a track in the snow. Whose is this track and where does it go? Whiskers, at last. An underground house. Could this be the home of the big bad mouse? Who's that? Out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery. His tail wasn't scaly. His whiskers weren't wiry. You're not the mouse. Oh no, not me. He's under a tree drinking Gruffalo tea. It's all a trick, said the Gruffalo's child, as she sat on a stump where the snow lay piled. I don't believe in the big bad mouse. But here comes a little one out of his house. Not big, not bad, but a mouse at least. You'll taste good as a midnight feast. Wait, said the mouse, before you eat, there's a friend of mine you ought to meet. If you let me hop onto a hazel twig, I'll beckon my friend so bad and big. The Gruffalo's child unclenched her fist. The big bad mouse, so he does exist. The mouse hopped onto a hazel tree. He beckoned, then said, just wait and see. Out came the moon, it was bright and round. A terrible shadow fell onto the ground. Who is this creature so big, bad and strong? His tail and his whiskers are terribly long. His ears are enormous, and over his shoulder he carries a nut as big as a boulder. The big bad mouse, yelled the Gruffalo's child. The mouse jumped down from the twig and smiled. Aha, ho, prints in the snow. Whose are these footprints and where do they go? The footprints led to the Gruffalo's cave, where the Gruffalo's child was a bit less brave. The Gruffalo's child was a bit less bored. And the Gruffalo snored and snored and snored. So, that's clever, isn't it? The little mouse tricked the Gruffalo's child. There you go, his shadow came onto the ground and he thought that was the big bad mouse, but it was just his shadow. So what I want to go back and look at is our friend the fox. So this is great, look, out slunk the creature. His eyes weren't fiery, his tail wasn't scaly, his whiskers weren't wiry. So he came from his underground house and he's got a very bushy tail. So I thought those are things we can look at. So I thought what we could do is from here, we're going to put our hand down and we're going to pretend we're going to look out of our underground house from here. And then what we're going to do is slink out. So foxes are a bit moody. I don't know if you've seen them, but they sort of slink and slunk around. So they look on from their underground house and they're going to roll and do a bit of a moody shoulder roll like that. And then we're gonna look at our bushy tail, which is here. So you can imagine it's very fluffy and really bushy and not like the big bad mouse at all. Good, so we'll try that one again. So look out from your underground house. What can you see? Okay, we're gonna do a roll. Okay, I'm gonna do a little moody shoulder slunk. And then we're gonna show our bushy tail like that. Good. So what we're going to do is add all those together. We're going to add the snake, and we're going to add the owl, and we're going to add the fox together. So, do you remember the snake? What did we do first? The snake. So we're in our log pile house. Good. And so from here, we slide out, don't we? So our tail's poking out. We're going to slide, and then we're going to look around with our small eyes. Good. And we're going to be the owl and come from our treetop house. We're going to go from high to low, and show our short tail, and then we show we've got no whiskers. Good. And then from here, we're going to show our underground house. We're going to roll out, show our slightly moody, slunky fox, and then we show our tail as well. Good. So if you need to, you can wind that back, have a little look, and practice linking those three together, because that's quite a lot of movement. Or if you think you're ready, you can try that with music with me. So let's have a go at all those creatures and their movement. How did you get on? Should we try that again from the beginning? We're going to link them all together. Okay, with the music. Ready? Here we go. And finally, can you show me, just like the very end, when the little mouse tricked the Gruffalo's child, why don't we make that shape? Can you see? So he's showing his shadow that through the moon that's showing on the floor. His huge shadow, and he's holding this nut on his shoulder, and it looks like a really crazy, scary shape. So can we just make that shape as well? What should we do? Sort of like that with his big boulder on his shoulder. Can you make a bit of a scary shape? Good, and can you hold that as still as a shadow? Good, imagine you've got a long scaly tail, big fierce eyes. Good, well done, and that can be our ending position so people know we finished our dance. Great, well done, fantastic. Right, let's have a little cool down. I thought we could have a little walk through the woods. I thought we could imagine ourselves through the big trees. And we can do some breathing and just calm ourselves down and come back to where we were at the beginning of the lesson. Okay, so I'm going to put some music on. Okay, let's go. Right. So, can you show me a really big tree shape? Okay, a really strong tree shape, and you're going to brush the branches all the way down. Good. All the way down. I'm going to go all the way down to the floor. Good. Right to the floor. Now we're in the wood, can we go under something? Because I think you were really good at this last time. Can we imagine we're in a big, deep, dark wood and you're going under a fallen tree that's fallen down? So we're going to go right under. You can go on your back and wriggle under, or you can go on your front and crawl. Don't touch that tree. Good. Can you try and go around something? Maybe there's a big pile of logs where the snake lives. Can you try and go around it? How could you go around that shape? And do some rolls so it's in the middle. There. Good. And finally, can we go over something? There's a huge pile of leaves maybe. We're going to step right over it. Good. Okay. Right round. And you can go round it to finish. Well done. Can you show me a really big stretch? Your tall tree again. Good. Okay, show me carrying a big boulder. Well done, like the big bad mouse. Can you move it to one shoulder? Hold. And back to the middle. It's quite heavy. Can you show me to the other shoulder? Good. And back to the middle. Can you make it really big? Breathe in and make it smaller. Show me the big boulder, really big. And breathe out, make it smaller. Good. Smaller, 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 smaller. So you're giving yourself a big hug. You can bend your knees. Can you put your head down? Give yourself a wiggle so you can stretch out our backs. Good. Gently roll up. Well done. Good. Give yourselves a clap. Fantastic. Well done. Well, thank you very much for dancing with me today. I love looking at the Gruffalo's Child. I hope if you've got this book, or maybe you could get it from a library or from school or something, have a look because the pictures are brilliant. And there's so much detail in there. I've gone through it quite quickly today. But you can have a look and maybe you can come up with some more dance ideas of your own. But thank you very much and I will see you next time.